Hey everyone, it's JoJo and welcome to another Beyblade Burst unboxing and review. And today I actually found new Hypersphere Beyblades at the store. This is the Engaard and Monster Ogre dual pack. And Monster Ogre is a Hasbro exclusive. And it looks super cool. I really love the color scheme of Monster Ogre, plus the new translucent colors of Engaard as well. Alright, so here is the front of the packaging. We got a nice green and black color scheme going on between the two, and on the back we have all the parts and stats for each Beyblade. So on the left, Monster Ogre is an attack type. It's a right spinning Beyblade, and the disc is D60, and the performance tip is TH22, which is new. Monster Ogre is in GT form, very similar to Solar Sphinx. It does have a GT chip and a layer. And down here at the bottom is the Hypersphere meter, so very low runtime, but very high drop-in rate with a rating of 4. On the right, we have Engaard E5. This is a defense type, another right spinning Beyblade, but it does not have the GT chip like Ogre over here. And the disc is D30, and the performance tip is TH17. And here we have the Hypersphere meter, which is pretty much the opposite of Ogre over there. So very high runtime, but pretty low in drop-in rate. And that's it. Let's get this open. First, we're going to take a look at Engaard E5. Here's the energy layer. This is a defense type. You can very tell that it is a defense type. Very tanky looking. Kind of looks like a turtle shell a little bit. It also reminds me of Drasil as well. I love the paint job on the top of the energy layer. The gold, the silver looks very clean. Translucent green looks really nice, and also added with a translucent blue on the top here. And we do have these balls here on each side. In the Takara Tomy version, they're supposed to be metal, but with Hasbro, they took that all out, so it's just all plastic. But even with that, it still looks really nice. Again, I love the paint apps on this layer, very clean. And here's a bottom view, and also the QR code for those who don't have it yet in the Beyblade Burst app. Next up, we have the disc. This is also known as 7. Very good for stamina, but not as good as Outer, which I'll talk about in a little bit with Monster Ogre there. Yeah, so still okay, but it's been outclassed by many other discs. But again, it does make sense for 7 to be part of a defensive type energy layer. And then next up we have the performance tip. This is Banshee, which we've seen before with Marigna. So this would be Banshee-H, H for Hypersphere. A lot of the Hypersphere performance tips, they kind of act the same, so it's really hard to talk about them, except for some of the tips that are very differently shaped, such as the bullet performance tip. I forget which one it is, but the one with the outer edge that doesn't have the cone shape on it. And same thing with Rise. A lot of those we could kind of tell how they perform since they are so different, but with a lot of the cone shaped ones, it's really hard to tell how they perform, especially in the Hypersphere Stadium. And before we assemble this Beyblade, let's do a quick weight test. So we have the energy layer Engaard E5, 10.01, and then the 7 disc, 22.4, and the performance tip, Banshee-H, 8.42. That's very loose. Oh man, that's gonna burst a lot. Especially for a defense type, it should be a little bit tighter, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. And moving on to the Hasbro exclusive of this dual pack, Monster Ogre 05. Here's the energy layer with the GT chip. I absolutely love these colors. Very bright, very contrasting, but still very lovely. And like I said before, this is a GT version of Ogre. So here we have the Ogre GT chip. You can see the two faces on the top and the bottom. And the QR code is right here, so go ahead and scan if you don't have that already. And then we have the Ogre, the Monster Ogre energy layer. It's got 3 points here, and I believe again this is an attack type, so that would make sense. And there is no weight for this one. It's supposed to be Retsu, but it's just kind of molded onto the plastic there. Here's the underside of this energy layer. Just pop that back in, and this is actually pretty good attack type layer. Since this is a GT, I imagine it would be a little bit better than its original version. Next up we have the disc. This is outer, great for stamina because of that outward weight distribution. It's not completely circular, so it's not going to be perfect, but still very, very good. Outclasses a lot of other stamina type discs out there. Then next up we have another new part to this. This is Octave-H. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to replicate the Octa performance tip, but we have a Hypersphere version of it, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty aggressive, and it looks pretty nice. I don't know, we'll have to see. It's really flat, and I kind of have high hopes for this, so we'll see. I can't wait to test this out. Monster Ogre with the GT chip and everything, 12.44. Then outer, 21.24, so a little bit lighter than the 7, but because this has more of an even weight distribution, it should be better than 7. And then Octave-H is 8.54. And I really hope this fits really tightly. Let's see. It is an attack type, after all, so it should. No, it doesn't. It feels exactly the same as this one. Very loose, but that's okay because I'm itching for some burst finishes in our upcoming test battle. Before we move on to the test launches and test battles, I do want to compare the new Monster Ogre to the previous one. So here is the regular Ogre energy layer. It's got the same traditional shape, 3 points, but the points on these are steeper and a little bit pointier than the new GT version, although the GT version is wider. So we'll see how that performs in comparison to the old one. Alright, so let's move on to the spin test. Spin test for Monster Ogre on the Octave-H performance tip. 3, 2, 1, let it. Alright, not even going up into the vertical wall. Just staying very centered down here. It does look like it has a pretty good amount of stamina. And now it's slowing down. Let's try a little bit harder. Maybe coming from this side because it has a steeper angle. Maybe it'll have it go up the wall a little bit better. 3, 2, 1, let it. There we go. Yeah, off the wall and off the brink. Riding around this edge over here looks really cool. Alright, moving on to Engaard E5. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, so this is a defense type once again, and I do not expect it to really go up the vertical drop as much as it should. And now it's time for a test battle. 3, 2, 1, let it. Nice attack off the brink. Ooh, Engaard lost so much stamina. And that is 1 for Monster Ogre. 3, 2, 1, let it. Oh, nice coming off the walls. Wow, it's really outspinning it. Last one. 3, 2, 1, let it. Nice attack off of the brink. Ooh, close one, close. Yeah, an Ogre just swept that battle. It must have been the disc and probably this new performance tip. Alright guys, that is where I'm going to end this unboxing and review. I really like this dual pack. I like the colors, and I like that, again, this is a Hasbro exclusive, so you get exclusive parts and the outer disc, which is really great. So yeah, what do you guys think about this dual pack? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with more Beyblade Burst. See you soon.